You're watching People Quickly, where we tell the wildest, weirdest, and most awesome life stories fast. Today we're diving into the chaos and brilliance of Hunter S. Thompson. He lived fast, wrote hard, and refused to play by the rules. A rebel journalist, a political troublemaker, a drug-fueled genius. This is the story of Hunter S. Thompson, the man who created gonzo journalism and lived like he was running out of time. Hunter Stockton Thompson was born in Louisville, Kentucky in 1937. His father died when he was just 14. His mother turned to alcohol. Hunter turned to books and rebellion. Even as a teenager, he clashed with authority. In 1955, he got arrested for robbery. The judge gave him a choice: jail time or the military. He chose the Air Force, but the military didn't quite know what to do with him. He worked as a sports editor, but kept breaking the rules. He was eventually discharged, not dishonorably, but unsuitably. That word would follow him his whole life. In the early 1960s, Thompson bounced between jobs, writing for newspapers, traveling South America, just scraping by. But in 1966, everything changed. He published Hell's Angels, the strange and terrible saga of the outlaw motorcycle gangs. He had spent a year riding with the gang, earning their trust, until they turned on him and beat him up. The book was raw, fearless, and unlike anything journalism had seen. It made him a star, and gave him a taste for immersive first-person reporting. No more pretending to be neutral. Thompson believed the writer was part of the story. That idea would become gonzo journalism. In 1971, Thompson published his most famous work, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. It began as a magazine assignment. It ended up as a psychedelic, stream-of-consciousness masterpiece. The book followed Raoul Duke, Thompson's alter ego, and his attorney, Dr. Gonzo, on a drug-fueled trip through Vegas. It was chaos. It was funny. It was scathing social commentary. People weren't sure if it was fact or fiction, and Thompson didn't care. To him, it was truer than the truth. It became a cult classic, and the 1998 film starring Johnny Depp turned him into a legend. But Hunter wasn't just about drugs and motorcycles. He was deeply political and deeply cynical. He covered the 1972 presidential campaign in his book Fear and Loathing on the 72 Campaign Trail. He savaged Nixon, called him a liar and a criminal. To Thompson, Nixon wasn't just a bad president. He was the enemy of everything decent in American life. Thompson also ran for sheriff of Pitkin County, Colorado, in 1970, on a platform to legalize drugs, tear up asphalt, and rename Aspen Fat City to drive out the rich. He lost. Barely. The years went on and Hunter's fame became a trap. He struggled with writer's block, missed deadlines, and lived more like a character than a journalist. He drank heavily, used every drug imaginable, and carried guns everywhere. Friends stayed loyal, and so did fans, but Thompson grew more isolated. Still, he kept writing, publishing collections and essays, well into the 1990s and early 2000s. On February 20th, 2005, Hunter S. Thompson died by suicide at his home in Woody Creek, Colorado. He left behind a note that read, "Football season is over." He was 67. But even in death, he went out his way. Per his request, his ashes were shot out of a cannon to the tune of Bob Dylan, paid for by his friend Johnny Depp. A final firework for a life that never stopped burning. Hunter S. Thompson changed journalism forever. He blurred the line between truth and madness, and dared readers to look straight into the American dream and see the nightmare beneath it. Whether you loved him or hated him, one thing's for sure: he never sold out. Thanks for watching. If you like this story, please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and let us know in the comments who you'd like us to cover next. Until next time, stay curious.